Hey entrepreneur, this is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. Welcome to this special presentation entitled How to Write Powerful, Targeted Headlines That Stop Your Best Prospects, Customers, and Clients Dead in Their Tracks and cause them to take notice and take the specific action that you want, even if you're not that good a copywriter to begin with. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to be exposed to and discover an incredibly simple yet mega proven 3-step headline writing formula that will cause you to zero in on your best prospects, customers, and clients, and it will attract them to you like a magnet. So here's a quick question for you. What does former legendary NFL Hall of Fame coach, the late great Vince Lombardi, this football and your success in business have to do with each other? Let's find out. Ladies and gentlemen, here's an assignment for you. The late great Vince Lombardi, it was said, even after he transferred the Green Bay Packers into what's called Titletown, USA, at the start of every training camp, he would stand up in front of his players, hold up one of these, and say, "Gentlemen, this is a football." Meaning he always stressed and started with the proven fundamentals of the game. So for you as a marketer, a copywriter, here's an assignment for you. From now on, when you're standing idly in the grocery store, or by design, take a look at, number one, the tabloids, the headlines that they use, and the women's magazines. I did that recently, and I picked 4 particular headlines off. I think it was Woman's World. And I want you to take a look at these headlines. First of all, you don't make the cover unless those headlines are designed to get people to pick those magazines up, thumb through them, then hopefully buy them. So you got to be doing something right to make the cover. But take a look at these headlines, and then you're going to see the first strategy that you can use, especially if you're not the greatest copywriter to begin with. So here's the first one. Walk off 2 pounds per day. And again, this was a real headline that was just taken from one of the women's magazines. Here's number 2. More energy overnight. Third one, turn off your diabetes gene. And finally, block fat with cocktails. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very possible. Now, you'd have to test. There's no way to know up front. And entrepreneur, if you don't get anything else out of anything you've ever discovered from Mr. Marketing, always remember, you have to test inexpensively. There's just no way to know. But there's a 2-word phrase that you could test by putting in front of all of those headlines, and it's very possible you'll knock it out of the park just by adding those 2 words right there. How to. Because suddenly what you've done is you've transformed it from a statement into something that's educational. And let's face it, the web is driven by content, whether it's video, audio, or simply words. So take a look at this now, the revised version. How to walk off 2 pounds per day. Is that not interesting? Or how to turn off your diabetes gene. Finally, how to block fat with cocktails. All of those could be special reports, podcasts, interviews, the like, and it's very possible you would attract far more of your target market, provided that's who you were targeting with that kind of information. Now, here's strategy number 2. Here's the other thing you can do. When you feel like you've exhausted, or if you just want to mix it up, you've exhausted your how-to information, tell your prospect why they need to do something, or why doing something is going to benefit them. For example, why eating carbohydrates turn off your diabetes gene. Now, I have no way of knowing if that's true. It's just to stress a point here. But that is the power of those two statements. It's almost irresistible. People want to know why, and they want to know how to. And if you're the person that tells them, you can become very popular. So here's the follow-up to that. Entrepreneur, would you like to know how to boost your readership on average by 300%, and get this, without having to change a single line of copy? Would that not be interesting? What that actually means, if you follow what I'm saying here, for the same amount of output, you can get a higher result without having to increase your output. Or to say it another way, you're going to get more for less. Well, here's what you need to do if you want to accomplish that, and it's really simple. Did you know just by adding quotation marks to your best market-tested main power headlines, recent studies have shown over and over again that on average you'll typically increase your readership by a staggering 300%. Now stop and think about that. From now on, when you go to these, especially these big time 7, 8, 6, 7, and 8 figure earners, they all have quotation marks around their headlines. And notice something else. They use red colored font. And if you don't know which else font to use, start off with Tahoma. Tahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, you do these three things and you're going to be well ahead of the curve. So let's quickly review. Strategy number 1. You want to create how-to articles, blog posts, free special reports, podcasts, videos, just like the one you're watching here. Remember, you can do screencasts. You don't have to get in front of the video, the camera, unless you want to. Strategy number 2. You want to tell your prospects why they need to do something, or why doing something benefits them. And number 3, add quotations to your best market-tested power headlines. Now let's clear something up here. You don't leave this video, take a statement like turn off your diabetes gene, stick quotation marks around it, and say, hey, this doesn't work. Your best market-tested headlines, entrepreneur. Then you add the quotation marks. Now you got it going on. So for those of you that are ready to go to the next level, if you want to discover how you can add an additional 25% or more to your gross profits in the next 90 days or less without having to add new customers or clients, then entrepreneur, what you need to do is grab your free 9-page special report, and you can get that by going to youcanmarketonlinenow.com/sales. Download it, read it, apply it, and in the next 90 days or less, you'll have a much healthier bottom line. This is Mark Newsom, Mr. Marketing. We'll see you again next time on the Marketing Minute.